everything right, it was you and me.
Hello everyone, my name is Nayeema and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. And today we have small town romance book recommendations. I have been loving small town romances. I feel like there's been a really big insurgence trend of just small town romances, and I honestly think if you missed my last few videos, I kind of mentioned it. I just feel like fall is the perfect time to read them. I'm super excited to film this video. Also, down below, if you have read any of these small town romances, let me know in the comments. And if you have some small town romance recommendations that you think that I would love or anyone else would love, pop them in the comments below. I'd love to add them to my TBR. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into small town romance recommendations. Okay, like I've mentioned so many times before in my past few videos, fall reminds me of small town. There's Gilmore Girls energy there. There's the Vampire Diaries energy there. And I'm currently rewatching both, so my mind right now is like hyper focused on small town romances. So that is why I am filming this video today. I have been loving small town romances recently, and I thought I'd give you guys some good recommendations. So the book that kind of inspired this video, because I recently read it and fell head over heels in love with it, is Flawless by 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓪. So this book hit #1 in like the Kindle store a few weeks back, maybe a month back now. Very popular, and for good reason. I love, oh my god guys, I love this book so much. It made me so happy, and I felt all the feels while reading this book. Follows a professional bull rider. He is very well known, very well loved, and all of that is changed when there is a video of him that is going viral where he is basically shitting on milk. Like, he hates milk, and he was recorded saying that, and now it's going viral. Now you might be thinking, why is it such a big deal that he hates milk? Like, okay, why are people giving him hate for that? So this book, this world takes place in Canada, in kind of like the farming culture area, and people feel like he is shitting on hardworking people who make their living milking cows and selling milk. He needs to revamp his image, and things are not going well. Sponsors are pulling out, and his agency and management is like, whoa, you've got to chill out. His manager slash agent, I don't really know what he is, just hired his daughter to now work at the agency with him. He puts her up to the task to basically be his adult babysitter, and she has to live with him. He can't sleep with girls, he can't like go crazy and go partying, and just she basically has to keep him on the straight and narrow and fix his reputation. Naturally, he is pissed about this because he's like, I do not want a babysitter, like this is so stupid. All I said was that I hated milk. Like, now people are pulling out their sponsorship. It leads to like them not really meshing well at first. And guys, I'm telling you, I didn't know really what this book was about. I kind of went into it blind, but guys, read this book. There is a reason why it is so popular. It is amazing. It is such a tension-filled romance book, and the vibes in here are so unmatched. Like, I just loved everything about this. He still kind of lives at home. He'll go home and like spend time with his dad and his brothers, and that's where he basically is living, because he doesn't live off on his own yet, because he is always out of town, always going to competitions. And so whenever he's home, he just wants to be with his family, and they live on this like farm, and they have like, it is just the best vibes ever in this small town. She lives in this house too, and I just loved it so much. It was so hot and so spicy and so tension filled. I was literally sitting there like biting my nails while reading this book, because I was like, something needs to happen here. Like, I cannot. But eventually hate turns into lust, turns into like, turns into love, and it is amazing. I'm so excited. So the next books are going to be about his brothers. He has 2 brothers, and the next one is about his oldest brother, and he is a single father. I'm a sucker for single father in a small town. Like, I love it so much. And so yeah, we kind of got a little glimpse of that in something that 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓪 posted on Instagram, and that comes out in October, like I think 2 days before my birthday. So it's honestly the best birthday present 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓪 could ever give me. Like, I'm so excited, and please read this book. Like, I'm not just like blowing smoke up your ass. It is amazing for a reason. It's great. The next book that I'm going to recommend is actually a whole series, and it is the Hot and Hammered series by Tessa Bailey. This is one of the first few small town romances that I've read, and I loved it so much. I know the first book, Fixer Up, is very polarizing because people find the heroine to be cringy. I personally did not get that vibe at all. I thought the vibes in here were so good. It all takes place in a small town. The first one, Fixer Up, is best friend's brother fake dating, and it is amazing. It's basically this guy, and he is a pro baseball player, and he's obviously her brother's best friend. He has a pretty bad image right now, and in order to kind of get back into the good graces of everyone, he needs to have a more wholesome image. He's kind of known as the playboy, the bad boy, and so they start to fake date, and it is so good and so cute. And Tessa Bailey's smut is so unmatched. Like, I love her smut. And then the second book in the series is Love Her or Lose Her, and this is a marriage in trouble, and it's my favorite book in the series. It is so cute. I also love how all the books are like based on HGTV TV show names. They have to really work to fix their marriage. He has to do things outside of the norm to get back his wife, and it is so cute and so good and so hot as always. Third one is Reverse Age Gap, where the heroine is older than the hero. He's kind of like a cowboy. Yeah, I really enjoyed this series. It just each has the best vibes ever. I really just love like a whole series in the small town, because you get to see like other people's lives. I don't know if that makes sense, but like in Gilmore Girls, we never saw what was going on in like people's like inside their house, inside their minds. Like, I don't know, I just find it so interesting because everybody inside this small town is living different lives. And yes, that's the same for like a big city, but like it's just so much more appealing. Maybe it's my brain romanticizing it than like a big city. Like, I don't know. But yes, I love this series. It is a great small town romance world to live in. The next book that I'm going to recommend is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. And if you are familiar with Mariana Zapata, you know that she writes big ass books that are slow burn as hell, but so amazing. This is a single dad age gap romance. Basically starts off with our heroine. She just needs a break from life. Her mother passed away. She is very sad. Her boyfriend broke up with her, and she just needs to like go back to her roots and get away and just figure out what she's passionate about and how to get her life on track again. She ends up going back to the small town that she originally lived in before her mother passed away, and she had to move with her grandparents, I believe, or her aunts and uncles. So she goes there, she sees a listing online for like an Airbnb, like a garage apartment, and she decides to go. Little does she know that this garage apartment was not supposed to be on Airbnb at all. It was basically the son of the owner of the house. He decided to put their garage apartment on Airbnb so he can get money for like a guitar or something like that. When she arrives at the Airbnb, she is very surprised to see a grumpy older guy pissed because there is somebody breaking into his garage apartment, and that is not the case at all. Ultimately, he decides to let her stay, but he is not happy about it. He's very grumpy. He's like a mountain man, where it's just like, we don't trust outsiders, we don't trust strangers in our house, like that kind of vibe. He ultimately allows her to stay. It's not smooth sailings at all in the beginning. He'll never will say hi to her, never talk to her. He doesn't want her talking to his son. Whenever she starts to warm up to them, he starts to get jealous whenever she's talking to like any guys. Like, it is just such a vibe, and at the same time it's also deeply emotional, and I felt so much for the heroine. Like, she has been through some shit. It was also amazing to see her like reconnect with people that she hasn't connected with in a while since her mom passed away, and just getting like background information on this town and the hikes, and she has goals for herself. It's just honestly such a motivating book, and I love the family so incredibly much. The son is so, like, I just loved it. I love a single dad. I love a grumpy hero. It's just amazing, and I highly recommend. The next book that I'm going to recommend is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, and this is first book in her like small town series. I'm not sure if they're technically a series, but they all take place in the same world. So she has another book in this world coming out very soon, and it follows, I believe, Knox's brother. This book follows this girl named Naomi, and she just left her fiance at the altar. She decided that she did not want to get married and she just needs to get away. Perfect timing, because Naomi's twin sister, who they're actually very much estranged, she calls Naomi and she's frantic, like, please come to me right now, like, I need your help, please get here as soon as possible. And so when Naomi does come to this small town to visit her sister and see what she needs help with, her sister has stolen everything of hers, all of her money, her phone, all of her, like, just everything is gone. And like I said, there was no love lost between Naomi and her twin sister. Her twin sister is kind of known as the menace of the town. She nobody likes her at all. She causes a lot of trouble in this small town, and that actually causes a lot of discomfort for Naomi when she enters there, because everybody thinks that Naomi is her twin sister, but she isn't. They're actually the complete opposite. Naomi is a very sunshiny character, and yeah, it's her first day there. She finds out that her sister has stolen her car, all of her belongings, and there's a guy named Knox there. And Knox and Naomi do not get off on the right foot at all, because again, Knox thinks that Naomi is her twin sister. He quickly realizes that's not true, and he decides he's going to help Naomi, but he's not going to be happy about it. He's going to be broody and nasty. Another thing is that Naomi's twin sister left her daughter, her 11-year-old daughter, to be taken care of by Naomi. So now she has no money, no car, no phone, nothing, no house to stay in. She also found out that her sister got evicted from their house, and now she has an 11-year-old to take care of. So Knox kind of is there and he saves the day, but he's not happy about it. He is very grumpy while she's very sunshiny, and the vibes in here were just so good. Like, this had such descriptive, beautiful detail, which I usually don't care about descriptions, but this small town, I was picturing everything, which again, I don't do. I don't picture things, but it just was such a vibe. He ends up getting her a little property on this big property where him and all of his family live, and it's just so cozy and such a vibe. I read it for my book club between the covers, and I just loved it so much. And yeah, it was a great time, and I honestly love this one for small town romances. I just always go back to how I felt while reading it, and it just made me feel so cozy and comfy, and just like, oh, I loved this book. And the romance in here was amazing. It was incredible, and if you love a grumpy sunshine, then definitely give this one a shot. And the last book that I'm going to recommend is Always Mine by Laura Pavlov. This is an amazing small town romance. This one specifically is friends to lovers, firefighter hero, and kind of like lessons in seduction, but not really. Basically, it becomes like friends with benefits. And I loved this small town romance. I thought it was so wholesome and so cute. Our heroine Vivian, and she got out of a relationship not too long ago, and now her ex-boyfriend is engaged to the person he cheated on her with. She is not too happy about this, and honestly, she's feeling kind of down in the dumps about this. She actually got an invitation sent to her family home, and her sisters are all pissed. She has three sisters. Small town. Her father is the firefighter chief of the town. It's just like a big, everybody come in, everybody's welcome, doors are always open, come and have Sunday dinner with us, like that kind of vibe. And so when she finds out about her ex-boyfriend getting engaged, she finds out in front of the whole entire firefighter squad,